Hey guys, welcome to my next vlog. Now I know I always do vlogs like my travel vlogs with minimal talking and I barely speak in any of my vlogs, but today I decided we'll do it on a special occasion. I've done this once before where I was talking about what I would tell 16-year-old me. Now I want to talk about how to be nice on social media. We have a huge problem with people being super rude and super mean on social media. Now, I understand that everybody has their different opinions, and that's fine. But whether you should voice it out on social media for the whole world to see, that's a different story. I know it's a free world and you should be able to voice out your opinions, but as a person of my generation where everybody is so easily offended, I feel like we should stop doing that. I feel like we should practice kindness and just exercise good energy to each other, because already in this world there is so much hate going on that it's so dangerous to go out anywhere. Where we're safe behind our computers in the confinement of our safe home, we should just practice being nice. Because can you imagine you're on the internet in your own room and somebody says something mean about you? Are you serious? Like, you cannot feel safe in your own room or in your own house? If you're the person giving the meanness to somebody else, I think you should totally just stop it. But I'm trying to just spread some good vibes. Let's talk about why people bring other people down. I have come to the final conclusion that people bring other people down just to feel good about themselves. I honestly think that that's not the way to go. The way to go to feel good about yourself is you do something for yourself. You don't do things to other people unless it's good. And then maybe you can feel good about yourself. But don't say stuff that would hurt other people's feelings just so that you feel better about your feelings and your insecurities. And it all comes to differences and insecurities. Differences and insecurities. Differences has a lot more depth to it. So let's go with differences, because insecurities are already, it's pretty straightforward. You don't feel good about yourself, you gotta make sure somebody else doesn't feel good about themselves, that you feel better about yourself. That is just mean. That's being a bully. People like to bring other people down because of their differences. What are the differences? Difference in race, difference in religion, difference in sexual orientation, differences in opinions, especially opinions. Yeah, opinions. For example, you don't like what that girl is wearing, or you don't like what that guy is wearing. There are two ways to go about this. One, don't say anything, don't tweet it out. And two, you could talk about it with someone in private where it's not in public. My reason behind this is because when you speak out those negative thoughts about what that girl, what that guy is wearing, you are actually publicly humiliating them. And it's like, that's bad. That's just mean. When you do that, you feel other people to think that that's okay to do, and they will join in on the conversation, and a retweet from 2 retweets will suddenly blow up to 3,000 retweets, and you have 3,000 people making fun of the same person. And she or he, for that split second before you said that mean thing, felt so good about themselves. Like, they felt so great in that outfit, and you decided to bring them down. Isn't that mean? That is so mean. It even can come down to opinions on hair length. I cut my hair short, I think 3 years ago, up to my shoulders, and I used to have long hair right down to my belly. And when I cut my hair, somebody was like, I rasa you lagi cantik bila rambut panjang. One, I like my short hair, but two, now I'm not sure about it because you just totally shut me down for cutting my hair. I have learned to deal with that. So if you're on the receiving end of these mean actions, you just don't pay attention to them, because once you give them attention, they love it. They love all this attention that you're giving to them. That's also how you practice being nice on social media. When somebody is being a total to you, you don't say anything. You just keep quiet and you continue with your life. You don't feed their negative vibes. You practice good vibes. Don't like my short hair, eh? But it's okay, because I like it. So that doesn't matter. So you can go now. It is that simple to not aggravate someone. First, you gotta delete all the people that aggravate you on social media. If they have nothing good to say or nothing that you agree upon, just unfollow them, block them, do whatever you have to just get rid of them, because then that will put you in a situation where you cannot also be negative with them or towards them. I'm just saying that I'm so sick of people picking on other people on social media. like this morning, it was like a racial thing about, people making noise and, the LRTs being filled with people who are going to celebrate Thaipusam, and how some other people just don't like it. And like, they're going to go celebrate their holiday. Let them be. You get to celebrate your holiday in peace. Why the heck are you making noise when other people get to celebrate their holidays? Yeah, let's talk about the racism in Malaysia. We are a multicultural country. We are made into Malaysia because of the many different kinds of races and religions that we practice on this small piece of land that you get in this whole entire world alone. We are made into Malaysia because of that. So why you hating? I just don't know why these people have such a problem with the other people who look different from them, who have a different lifestyle from them. And sometimes it's not even between different races. Sometimes it's within the same race. Let's talk about speaking English. I can almost guarantee you that some people who watch this video of me speaking in English are like, "Aduh, Melayu pun nak speaking sangat." Don't you know that in schools, English is a mandatory second language? You have to take English. It is not my fault that you decided to neglect learning of English. For example, I got to learn BM, English, and Mandarin. I didn't pay attention in Mandarin class. It was hella hard for me to pay attention. I didn't know how to draw the characters or speak it and have the right intonations. You know what I mean? But do I go around telling people who speak Mandarin fluently like, you're freaking Malaysian, you want to speak Mandarin? Of course they want to speak Mandarin! It's like freaking, it's our culture. It's our culture to be multicultural and absorb other people's cultures. That's why we are so exotic. This is why when I go to America and I speak fluent Malay, fluent English, fluent Spanish, not so, I'm just joking, and a little bit of French. Also, I haven't practiced in a while. They are so impressed because I'm an all-around cultured woman. And you know what? That's something to be hella proud of, because we don't even have to leave the country to learn about other people's cultures. We have so many different races. We even have people from other countries coming into our country to live here as Malaysian citizens. Either they're from England, America, anywhere, Europe, I don't even know. We are so lucky to be able to be within reach of other people's cultures without even leaving our city, for example. So I don't know why some people want to hate on other people who come to our country. I don't know why some people want to hate on people who are of the same race, who's left the country and come back and trying to share this culture or other people's culture from outside of Malaysia. So yeah, for example, I have spoken about this once on Facebook, and it was about this guy at undisclosed location of tourist attraction talking smack about my mother. Oh, you do not talk about my mother like that. Talking smack about my mother for speaking English to him. He's like, Melayu tapi nak cakap bahasa English. And I snapped at him because he didn't think I spoke Malay. I snapped at him and I was like, kau apa hal? Kau ada masalah ke? Yalah, aku ada masalah. Aku tak faham. I'm like, well, it's not my freaking problem that you didn't pay attention in school. Like I said, I didn't pay attention in Mandarin class, but I don't go around hating on people who speak Mandarin around me. It's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm not even in their group of friends. If my group of friends were speaking Mandarin to each other and I felt completely left out, maybe I have a problem, but I wouldn't make it a racial thing. If you are totally against learning somebody else's culture, then fine, but don't hate on people who went ahead to learn it. Okay? Let's just practice really good vibes, and let's just practice a lot of kindness. The world has so much hate at this point, and we all need to calm the heck down and try to stay together. It is so scary to go outside these days because of how much hate there is going in the world. But we are of a new generation, and we do not have to carry on that hate, because if you go outside, if you're not too busy being a keyboard warrior, get off your computer, go outside. People of different races actually get along. You might be surprised. Yeah, I have totally went off topic with the whole from being nice on social media to to racism and stuff like that. So I'm probably gonna end this here, but let's go back to ways that we can just maintain being nice and maintain positive energy on social media. Really practice kindness and gratitude, as my favorite Jason Mraz likes to say, on social media. And if you have nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all. You are still allowed to have your own opinions, but do not risk publicly humiliating the other party just because you want to be the correct one. You could definitely be correct, but talk about it in private. We have so many different ways of private messaging people these days that you can talk about it in private. I don't encourage you trying to prove that you are right with your opinion, even though you might be, by involving other people to go against the other party. It is emotionally painful, and I have been there so many times before. It hurts their feelings. And nobody deserves to feel that way. Nobody deserves to feel bad, especially if they're good people. Just because they have different opinions and different lifestyles from you does not make them bad people. I need you guys to practice being kind to each other. You don't have to do it for me. Who am I? But do it for the rest of the world. Our little space on the internet, we can keep that a happy place for everybody. We can keep that a positive place where we can share and unite. After all, social media was a place to connect people, not segregate them even more than we already are. So please just practice kindness. And if you really have negative things that you have to say, write it, tell a friend in private, or write it in a journal. You can have a journal that's filled of negative thoughts, because where else are you going to exude it? We are humans. We have negative thoughts. We judge other people. Whether we like it or not, it's always going to come to your head. But it's just a matter of whether you should voice it out or not, because that might actually hurt somebody's feelings. I'm all about practicing good vibes, exercising good energy. We are going to make this social media world a better place, because that's where we start. We start small and then we grow bigger. Why don't you hashtag Real Talk with Annatasha, and we'll talk about positive, great things, and imagine that we're just in a world of fluffy unicorns, and just be happy with each other. Alright guys, just keep on smiling. Think before you say anything on social media, and just be great human beings to one another. We're all that the other has. So let's do this, guys. All right, 1, 2, 3, out.